Ma'am, would you state your name for the record, please?
I'm not Ms. Lathan, I'm principal. I am J. Ruth Bay, cardholder and principal of Jade Lathan.
Your Honor, I did attempt
Mr. Overwater, while she's given that, is this the person that you know to be the individual named in the complaint? If not, we are going to have a problem, and I will have this person, since she got up here, taken into custody. We will do fingerprints and we will determine her identity by our standards. So we can do it one of two ways.
Judge, I don't question that she is physically the person that is alleged to have committed these offenses. What I do believe is that there is an issue as to competency.
For the record, I do not know this man, and I did send him a cease and desist to not represent me. However, thank you, Your Honor. I am the principal and cardholder of Jade, Ruth, and Lathan, and beneficiary.
Very well. Mr. Overwater, you are on this case, so what do you wish?
Judge, I believe that at this point, the issue of competency needs to be raised. So I would ask for a competency evaluation. This matter be set over for a competency hearing.
I'm not
pursuant
asking
to the
for
statute.
anything, and that's, I mean, from the horse's mouth.
I'll need an order.
I did turn in my statement of fact so that there's more than the police record on the record. I have not harmed anyone, and the cameras will reflect that if we are to go that far. But I would like to motion to settle.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I want to settle because I'm the card holder in X relation to the principal, and I do not want to be
I have
mistaken.
no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. I yield.
Thank you. Forensic evaluation is ordered. I'll order a competency hearing. I'll set that competency hearing for
June 6th at 9 a.m.
June 6, 2024, 9 a.m.
2020.
At this time, bond will continue. Mr. Overwater, prepare the order, please.
I will do that, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, buckle up. This courtroom hearing starts with confusion right out of the gate. The judge asks for the defendant's name, but instead of identifying herself, she declares she's not Miss Lean at all, but the principal and card holder of that name. The judge, stunned, reminds her this isn't a game. Identity matters in court. Her lawyer confirms she's the same person accused, but quietly raises a deeper concern: her mental competency. The tension builds as the judge warns that refusal to comply could land her in custody. From this moment, the courtroom shifts from order to uncertainty.
Court calls the case, People versus Jade Lathan.
Mr. Ganatra for the people.
Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Ms. Lathan, who's approaching. Ms. Lathan, would you state your name for the record, please?
J. Ruth Bay, beneficiary of the principal.
Your Honor, I have spoken with Ms. Lathan several times. We've reviewed some of the discovery. We are looking into some potential resolutions. I'd ask to adjourn the probable cause conference. I would ask for more than 2 weeks.
August 29th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm J. Ruth Bay, the nationality of Moorish American, beneficiary of the principal Jade Lathan, and I'm making this special appearance at District 15, Michigan Court of Law under threat, duress, and coercion. I'm asking the prosecutor to dismiss this case on the grounds that there is no injured party. Plus, I have the right to a speedy trial, and this is the 5th time I've made an appearance for this in the case of this case in the court of law since February 2024 for the arraignment. Since the arraignment, when the Ann Arbor Police Department apprehended me unlawfully and kidnapped me, forcing me to take fingerprinting and a mugshot when I am not a criminal. Officers Morgan Parker 15400 and AA Condolis 02002 claimed I fit a so-called description and also violently attacked me and produced a false police report against my person. These officers falsely accused me of committing crimes that the tapes do not show me doing at all.
As the hearing continues, things take an even stranger turn. The attorney requests a forensic evaluation to test competency, and the judge agrees without hesitation. But Jade insists on motioning to settle, using unfamiliar terms that leave the court baffled. The judge looks lost for words, stating she has no idea what that means. The contrast between legal reality and her personal belief system couldn't be clearer. While the lawyer stays professional, Jade's defiance shows a woman convinced she's fighting for principle, not realizing the court speaks an entirely different language of law and order.
These tapes do not show me doing at all any of the things that I'm being accused of, as I've never harmed another person in my life, and certainly not an officer of the law. I've disturbed the peace, and I have on file with public defender Kenneth Overwater right here to my left, a character letter from my former teacher proving that I've always been a well-behaved student, and have always gotten good grades and have no history of foul play or violence, which is still true to this day. My legal representation on the day of the arraignment on February 2024, who helped grant me my freedom on bond, has already stated on the record that I have no history of violent offenses, which is the truth. And I assume why I was granted my freedom from police custody. I would lastly like to say that on March 11, 2024, I was denied two main sources of evidence for my case via my personal FOIA request that would have easily shown my innocence. These two things are the mobile gas station cameras, and that will show the young boy already on the phone when I walked into the gas station. But either way, I was not at all acting out of the ordinary or belligerent. I was nothing but kind to everyone in that store. And I'm nothing but peaceful, and I'm saddened that I have been accused of behaviors that are not true. And I would like to exclaim that I'm a victim of a false 911 police call, when I had no idea I only know that because of the police report that I got after the fact. I humbly ask both the prosecutor and the judge that this case be dismissed, because I have school and I have church to attend, and my college studies have already began on August 26th at the community college. And I'm asking you to grant me my justice from this, taking up my time, because my time is very valuable to my community and I would once again like to motion to settle this case for full dismissal in a speedy manner, because...
Now the atmosphere shifts from confusion to passion. Jade takes the floor with a lengthy, emotional speech, part legal plea, part personal testimony. She claims she's been unlawfully arrested, fingerprinted, and accused of crimes she never committed. Her voice shakes as she describes being attacked, misjudged, and denied justice. To her, this isn't just a case. It's a violation of her freedom and identity. She names officers, cites letters of character, and argues her innocence with conviction. You can feel her frustration. To the court, it sounds like rambling. To her, it's the truth no one wants to hear.
This case has already been in default judgment since the date of March 7, 2024, and I yield.
All right, so that we know that the review of the court's file, I've heard everything that the defendant has said. Court's review of the file, that none of the requests to adjourn were at the request of the people. It was always at the request of the defense in terms of any delay in these proceedings. Secondly, I do not need a response from the people. If I consider that a motion to dismiss, that motion to dismiss is denied. Where do we need to go now, Mr. Overwater?
Just be asking for an adjournment of the probable cause conference.
Any objection from the people?
No, Your Honor, I have offered a misdemeanor offer of 1 count of attempt resisting obstructing the police. I'll leave that offer open to the next CCC.
September 19th, 2024, 9 a.m. In this matter, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And if I can take the letter back.
What happens when a courtroom turns into a battlefield of identity, ideology, and defiance? Today we're stepping inside a Michigan courtroom where a woman refuses to recognize her own name, challenges the system itself, and claims to be a sovereign citizen under a different identity. The judge is caught off guard. The defense is scrambling, and what unfolds next is a bizarre clash between law and belief. Watch closely, because what starts as confusion quickly spirals into one of the most unpredictable hearings you'll ever witness. This case, People v. Jade Leem, or as she calls herself, J. Ruth Bay, is a fascinating example of how personal identity beliefs can collide head-on with the structure of the U.S. legal system. Let's break this down. From the very start, Jade rejects the state's authority to even identify her. She insists she's not Miss Lean, but the principal and cardholder of that name. language often used by people who identify as sovereign citizens or Moorish Americans. They claim they're exempt from government jurisdiction because of perceived contractual or historical rights. But here's the reality. U.S. courts do not recognize those arguments. That's why Judge Simpson immediately responds with firmness, warning that if she refuses to identify herself properly, she could be taken into custody and fingerprinted to verify her identity by state standards. The judge is signaling, this courtroom runs on law, not ideology. Then comes the pivotal moment. Her public defender raises concerns about competency. This is when a lawyer questions whether a client understands the proceedings or can meaningfully assist in their defense. It can completely change the direction of a case. A forensic evaluation is ordered, meaning mental health professionals will assess whether Jade is mentally fit to stand trial. Later in the transcript, we see Jade's repeated attempts to settle or dismiss the case, citing sovereignty, duress, and even a motion to settle as the beneficiary of the principle. For the average viewer, this might sound like legal jargon, but in court those words carry no recognized meaning. What the judge hears instead is a defendant who's not following standard legal procedure. When she accuses officers of false arrest, unlawful fingerprinting, and even being the victim of a false 911 call, the emotion becomes real. This is someone who truly believes she's been wronged. Whether or not those claims hold legal weight, the sincerity in her voice is unmistakable. It's frustration mixed with confusion and conviction, all colliding in one tense courtroom moment. Now, when the judge finally denies her motion to dismiss, it's not out of cruelty or dismissal. It's because legally the court must follow procedure. The record shows that delays in the case were mostly at the defense's request, not the prosecution's. So from a judicial standpoint, there's no violation of her right to a speedy trial. Here's the real takeaway. This hearing shows the fine balance between personal belief and legal authority. You can challenge the system, you can question it. But in the eyes of the law, jurisdiction, identity, and procedure are non-negotiable. And yet moments like these make courtroom recordings so fascinating. They remind us that justice isn't just about laws on paper, it's about people. It's about emotion. It's about how far someone is willing to go to stand by their beliefs, even when the system doesn't see it their way. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you believe Jade truly misunderstood the system, or was she intentionally defiant? Was this a fight for freedom, or just a misunderstanding of the law? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every one.
As her plea ends, the judge calmly responds, denying her motion to dismiss. His reasoning is by the book. The delays came from her side, not the prosecution. He stays firm, methodical, unmoved by emotion. For Jade, it's another rejection by a system she doesn't trust. The judge sets a new date, the lawyers thank him, and the case moves forward, unfinished and unresolved. What remains is a clash between personal belief and legal authority, a reminder that the courtroom runs on law, not conviction. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.